Hi everyone, it's your friendly ex-Muslim. So I have an important issue here to share. One of the bastions of Western liberalism and freedom of expression, or at least it should be, Western University, which is academia, which is a place where free thought is supposed to spread, where, diversity, inclusion, this is what they stand for. This is what university is known for. Now, at this university, they had a backlash. Let's look and see what happened. So Western University had an LGBTQ poster, which sparked Muslim community backlash. So this was a fight against homophobia. So this is what you would expect a Western university. It's actually called a Western University in this case. This is what you would expect from them. This is like, we're against, bullying, we're against homophobia, transphobia. But there was a backlash from the local Muslim community. So much so that they cowered and they backed down. So much so that they backed down and got rid of the poster. Now, let's look at what they said. Today marks the International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia. Initially created in 2004, this day draws attention to the ongoing violence and discrimination of members of the LGBTQ community and their identity. The theme for 2022 is Our Bodies, Our Lives, Our Choice, which recognizes the many phobias surrounding the LGBT community. I can't even read what they wrote there. And the amount of physical violence that can occur. We encourage everyone to educate themselves on gender-based and sexual violence and to support the Western LGBT community. And as you can see, they have a diverse bunch of people there. Looks like, I guess, Christians. There's the two Muslim women. There's this disabled guys. And they're just showing love. So the point is that people don't choose to be gay. You're either gay or you're either straight. It's not really a choice, and that's besides the point. The point is, we are against violence against these communities. So they wanted to include Muslims in this. As you can see in the bottom left, there's two Muslim women, and this apparently pissed off the Muslim community. So the initial response was from school officials was they noted how complex and intersectional this topic is and that the imagery may be upsetting to some Muslims. But on Wednesday, a Western official who oversees equity, diversity, and inclusion issued a statement noting the image had been removed. Now, here's the crazy part. We believe this represents an opportunity for genuine, thoughtful discussion about how we can best support members of the queer Muslim community and those from all faiths and backgrounds within the 2SLGBTQ plus community, said Opio Oloya. Listen to the irony here. In order to promote that discussion, we have removed the image from the post, not to distract from these important conversations. Wow. In order to not distract from the important conversations, they removed it. So what they're saying is that when there are gays in the Muslim community, on the day against homophobia, we will let you guys down and we will not support your rights to be gay. Now, how exactly did you expect them to show a Muslim woman or a Muslim man? I mean, that's how you show a Muslim woman. And if a gay Muslim woman wanted to wear hijab, I mean, that's like, if she wasn't wearing a hijab in the photo, you wouldn't know that it's a Muslim woman. If this situation was in a Muslim country, imagine these people, would they actually stand up for gays? I mean, what we have here is them going back on what they're supposed to be doing, which is to have this conversation. What is offensive about the image? Do we only, basically go against Christian conservatism? We respect the human rights of everyone as protected under Ontario's Human Rights Bill, he says. Okay, so this is basically the Muslim community leader, what he's saying, right? While we appreciate that the intent is to promote inclusion, the poster is doing the opposite. Singling a Muslim religious symbol in that setting is inappropriate. Is it really singling out a Muslim symbol here, or do we have a wide variety of different symbols here and different communities? Or are they all Muslim? Is this going against? And even if it was, do you really think that Western University would cower to Christian fundamentalists who said, "How dare you show Christians being gay"? Do you think they would actually let that go? When the intent is just to normalize and to make it acceptable for these people to live in peace. Now, this is crazy. This is crazy that so this is what happened. They had a petition with more than 2,000 signatures to remove the depiction of the Muslim women. They literally think that this is going to make people gay. If you think your kids are going to become gay like this, then you have a problem. That's not how it works. If you think that your kids will support the LGBT community because of this, well, maybe that's possible. Maybe that's a bigger problem for them. Maybe they don't think that people will become gay, but they'll support LGBT rights. And if that's the case, that's a bad thing. That's even worse, I guess, than in some sense, right? So that is quite unfortunate that they cowered in. And if you look at this little comic here, can you feminists please help shed some light on the oppressive nature of the hijab? And then you see them putting on the hijab and dancing. This is sort of the problem with this intersectionality. This is the challenge. When they look at Muslims as an oppressed community, then somehow when they're the oppressors, it's overlooked. The Muslim oppression of other Muslims is overlooked, and this is exactly what happened here. So, we're not. When this imam is saying we respect the human rights of everyone, well, no, you don't. And let's talk about the hijab. The hijab is a religious symbol, but it's also a cultural symbol too. And people it's a cultural Muslims would also wear hijab sometimes, right? And maybe to them, some of them, it doesn't represent subjugation. It doesn't represent misogyny. To them, it represents freedom. And they have every right to believe that if they want to, right? So, this is just sad on the International Day Against Homophobia that you have homophobia against gay Muslims being tolerated, and this is just sad. If anything, they should have kept the poster up and they shouldn't have backed down, because it's showing Muslims, it's showing Muslim women kissing. Why is that such a bad thing? It's as if they want to erase the existence of the LGBT Muslim community. And it's working. I mean, imagine this is how hard it is in the Western world. They have no reason to back down. What do they think? All the Muslims are going to leave Western universities, stop studying science and math and engineering, all because of one poster? And if that's the case, is that the sort of community we want to live in, that we get bullied into submission and to put down and to give up our values that we fought so hard for, that these values that people are dying for in other countries, we're just freely giving them away? Anytime there's a little bit of heat, your diversity and inclusion team backing down. You had one job. You literally had one job to do, which was to promote diversity and inclusion. And you couldn't even do that. That's pathetic. So this is just sad. And, we can't just let this go. We cannot, because it's going to keep happening. And it's going to be one thing after another, where the Muslim community, or the Christian community just doesn't seem to get away with it. The Muslim community seems to be sneaking in there and making these demands and getting away with it time and time again. No, we can't let that happen. We need to stand firm against this, and we need to support these gay Muslim posters. Again, doesn't mean that everyone that's a gay Muslim necessarily has to be a practicing Muslim. They could be non-practicing Muslim. They could be a cultural Muslim. We want to support cultural Muslims. We want people to be comfortable with not practicing Islam, all of Islam, and still being part of the community. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, in some senses, if I wasn't such an outspoken activist against Islam, maybe I would have been an agnostic Muslim, part of the community, right? So that's all I have for today. Stay tuned for more from your friendly ex-Muslim. Thank you to my patrons for continuing to support me. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and keep up with the latest news. Thanks for watching. This is your friendly ex-Muslim signing out.